What if your glasses turned people into billboards, and if you didn't look long enough you became one? Tonight, a pair of smart glasses, a free trial that isn't really free, and a quiet city street where attention metrics decide who pays. No jump scares, just the kind of augmented reality that follows you home. Ari needs rent money and the study pays well. Try our AR glasses for a week. Keep eye tracking on. You'll earn credits for gaze engagement. Free transit, free coffee, free data, just look. The rep smiles. We use on-device processing. We don't share raw eye images. The terms scroll by. Ari taps agree. The world snaps into layers. Street signs bloom with contextual overlays. Bus times lock to the pole. Menu prices float over doorways. And faces, ordinary faces, glow with a faint halo that shifts as Ari looks. 2 seconds on a storefront. Soft chime, credit added. A quick glance away, missed. The glasses are polite about it but not shy. Somewhere, a dial with Ari's name on it is learning what holds their gaze. A stranger passes. Over their face an offer flickers. 10% off for first-time users, pinned to the person not the store. Ari blinks and the overlay dissolves like it was embarrassed to be seen. That's new, Ari mutters. That's very new. At home, Ari opens the settings. The brand says all the right things. We process gaze vectors locally. Apps only receive abstracted attention events with permission. Comforting words, privacy, on-device security, and a bright little bar labeled attention score. It rises when Ari lingers. It sags when they don't. Earn free rides, the dashboard coos, by giving verified attention to sponsored objects. There's no neon villain here, just computer vision doing its job, mapping planes, finding edges, tracking pupils, and turning gaze tracking into a currency. The next day the glasses get pushier, still polite, but pushier. Subtle AR ads nudge Ari's eyes with micro-animations. A shimmer on a can, a soft bounce on a logo, a gentle outline on a smiling face. The ring on the HUD fills faster if Ari keeps looking. Feels like winning a tiny game. It also feels like being measured every second you forget not to be. By nightfall the city is a quiet lab. The lenses whisper, look here, earn this. Look there, unlock that. If Ari holds eye contact with a sponsored face for long enough, the credits stack. And then at 11:43 p.m., a polite message appears, your attention score is trending down. To keep premium features, enable face slots. Ari laughs. Face slots. A mirror view opens in the corner of the lens. It shows Ari's own face with a small, translucent rectangle hovering above the cheekbone. Muted color. Rounded corners. An ad. On Ari. It's not permanent, the message adds. It only appears for other users. You control your experience. That last line is doing too much work. The following morning, Ari meets friends. One waves, then squints as if looking past Ari to something floating just beyond. Your filter is on? They ask. Ari freezes. The friend is wearing a different brand of glasses, interoperable. They can see it, a sponsored frame pinned to Ari's face rendered on their device. Ari's attention score wasn't high enough to stay free. The network filled the difference on Ari's skin. Ari rips the glasses off. The world goes plain. But the friend's lens still shows the rectangle. The ad remains because the system isn't in Ari's eyes anymore. It's in theirs. Back home, Ari reads the terms with slow anger. The words are careful. We don't sell your identity. We don't share raw biometrics. What they do sell is presence. That Ari was here then there, looked longer then shorter, favored faces that smiled, ignored labels that didn't, followed small nudges without noticing. That's not a name. That's a behavioral fingerprint. And in a marketplace where data brokers speak algorithm to one another, that's enough. Ari experiments. Eye tracking off in one app, private mode in another. The rectangle sticks for other people because their systems place it. Ari buys a cheap hood, more costume than cloak. The rectangle slides above the hood brim like a halo that learned to float. The ad is patient. It waits in other people's eyes. On the subway, the window becomes a soft mirror. Ari sees themselves wearing nothing strange at all. In the reflection of someone else's glasses, the rectangle glides across Ari's features like a friendly sticker. It doesn't shout. It doesn't blink. It just exists, the quietest kind of digital surveillance. That night, Ari opens a help chat. How do I turn off face slots? The bot is bright, almost chirpy. You can disable face slots by upgrading to premium, just $9.99 per month. Keep smart glasses features with no AR ads on you. The freemium pitch is clean, pay with money or pay with attention. Ari stares at the screen, suddenly aware that staring is exactly what the screen wants. A friend messages a screenshot, a tiny score tick mark above Ari in a crowded photo. Is this you? The platform calls it ambient affordance, a helpful hint to guide other users to things they might value. Algorithmic bias sneaks in quietly. People with atypical gaze patterns, autistic, anxious, culturally different about eye contact, risk lower scores, fewer perks, and more ads pinned to their faces. The system doesn't discriminate on purpose. It discriminates by default. The city keeps moving. People keep looking. The marketplace of attention keeps clearing itself. A delivery rider blinks at Ari and grins. Sick overlay, he says, meaning it as a compliment. Ari nods and feels the compliment like a receipt. Walking home, Ari tries to imagine a clean exit. Uninstall. Log out. Return the hardware. Easy. But the overlays aren't only a product. They're becoming a protocol. Any device with computer vision can join. Any network can decide that faces are anchor points for value. The more normal it seems, the more normal it becomes. Ari isn't being punished. Ari is being priced. At the apartment door, Ari stops. The hallway hums with quiet appliances. Someone else's lenses are probably mapping it right now. Edges, corners, faces, spaces. Ari exhales, long and slow, and does the only boring adult thing that works in stories like this. Documents the permissions, toggles off what can be toggled, cancels what can be cancelled. The premium fee stings, but the rectangle disappears. For Ari's friends too. For now. Here's the part we don't dramatize. What's real already. Modern XR platforms say raw eye images stay on device. Apps get abstracted gaze data with permission. On-device processing is the right move for privacy, but it doesn't end the problem. It simply moves the power boundary closer to your face. AR ads are mainstream. The ad industry is formalizing attention metrics that translate looked for X seconds into standardized value. And gaze tracking is a known method in research and marketing to measure visual attention. None of that requires a villain. It only requires incentives. How does the loop work? Step 1. Eye tracking estimates where you look. Step 2. Computer vision ties the gaze to objects and faces, then logs attention events. Step 3. A credit/score system rewards sustained attention, or charges you to remove the need to perform it. Multiply by a city full of users, add interoperability, and you get a world where some of us earn by looking and some of us pay by being looked at. What can you do right now? Keep eye tracking off by default and enable it per app. Review tracking permissions on any smart glasses or AR device you try. Avoid granting always-on access. Be wary of features that sound like convenience but smell like dynamic pricing for attention. And remember, just because on-device processing sounds safe doesn't mean your attention metrics can't be aggregated elsewhere. They can. Abstracted numbers travel well. Ari sits on the bed and removes the glasses. The room goes soft. No overlays. No halos. Just air. On the sidewalk below, a passerby wearing a different brand lifts their phone and points. With a smile, with curiosity, with a little click of delight you can feel even through the glass. Ari doesn't see the ad anymore. The ad still sees Ari. If this made you think about AR ads, gaze tracking, attention metrics, privacy, and where algorithmic bias quietly lives, I'd love to have you here for the next story. Subscribe to the channel, like this video to help more people find it, and tell me in the comments, would you accept free features if that meant your face could host ads for other people to see? Yes or no?